Ayumu. I think I like the color blue. I'm always attracted to anime girls that have blue hair, golden eyes. That pattern sounds familiar. I wonder why. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where we cover ourselves for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Totus Battler in the UK and admin of the World's First English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Yeah, Ayumu, how are you doing today?
Chill.
Yeah. It is a very...
destroying someone on Pokemon right now.
Whoa. Nice. So are you doing that Pokemon Champions thing?
What?
Pokemon is it Pokemon Champions? The one where you basically the one that they will use to do the video game championship. Like the one where it's basically just Pokemon battles but gacha game.
Oh, right. No.
Oh, okay.
With filthy card players, of course it's the card game. What are you talking about?
Fair enough. Cause just last night today is supposed to be a celebration normally because it's the 17th of August. If you are an Indonesian, you should know what day that is. If you are Dutch, probably you didn't know because the date is a little bit different for the Dutch people. But yeah, but this year in particular, it was not fun. So I was enjoying KFC with a big bottle of white gin. So yeah, just enjoying the holiday the Korean way.
Nice.
Yeah, with what they call the chimek. It's chimek, which is just chicken and beer.
That sounds so good.
No, right?
I want to have some chicken now. God damn it.
Yeah, I was like, because they used to have this promotion where you basically get like an all you can eat wings. So you pay 10 euro if I'm not wrong, and then you get like 10 wings, and after that you can bring your receipt, and then you can get like 6 more for free.
Bruh, that's really good. What the hell?
Yeah, but that's only for 1 hour, and it's on a specific hour. So I guess that's why.
You can finish in 1 hour. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's I think like the problem is not really about like how fast you can finish it, but like how fast the kitchen can bring you new ones. Yeah, because it's like only 1 hour on the day, so like I think it's like only 7 to 8 p.m. It's like the timing is also very awkward. Yeah. So like the one time I kind of wanted to try it out, it's like it's still 5 p.m. I'm already starving. I'm not waiting until 7 p.m. just for that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I remember I just went to the supermarket and I just buy like $6 worth of like fried chicken. I think like 6 to 8 bucks for 1 kilo. So I was like, yeah, still works. Yeah. But like I guess like because the timing is like, I guess it's less about like the pricing and more into like the timing. So like they ended up just changing the promotion altogether. So now they just sell like 20 wings for 10 euro, which is still good enough. So basically it's as if you do the all you can eat, but you refill twice. It's still okay. And then like in Germany, they have this thing where if you have like your old receipt, you can fill in a survey and you get 3 more wings. Yeah. So I get 23 wings for 10 euro. Not bad. I still have 4 left for dinner after this. I'm going to have KFC again. Yay. I didn't have rice though. Like could have been like the full Indonesian experience to eat like 2 wings with rice. We call it the KFC attack. So it's a promotion that's also time limited. So like if you come to KFC Indonesia at 3 to 5 p.m. Like it used to be like really, really cheap. It's like when a full meal in KFC costs like 25k. So this KFC attack costs you like 9, and you all get like 1 rice, 2 wings, and 1 small drinks. Which is like, yeah, for a third you basically get like a full meal. So like, who would have said no to that? Because like the alternative is you pay 25 and you get like 1 thigh or 1 breast. So like, oh yeah, I guess 2 wings. 2 wings kind of works. Yeah. The only thing is now I think KFC attack is like, I'm not sure which one is the correct pricing because I saw like 2 posters when I tried to look it up. One poster is like 15k, the other poster is like 25k, which like the 15k I guess with all the inflation still kind of okay, but like if it's 25 now, then yeah, it's ooh. Sorry. It's already went up triple in price. Yeah. Now tomorrow we'll have another chicken party.
Oh,
Maybe. No, I'm inviting you to do a chicken party. We'll get chicken and then we'll hang out while eating chicken with beer.
Depending on what time you want, I don't mind.
Oh shit, yeah. We'll talk about that.
I mean, I finished my locals at 8 p.m. my side, so 9 p.m. your side.
Yeah, I guess we can work with that. My KFC closes at 10 p.m. anyway. So like, yeah, yesterday I was kind of like, the only thing that I was worried about was because I kind of wanted the chicken after our tournament. I guess yeah, if you don't know, we do have a server where we do a tournament monthly. So it's usually eternal now. We don't have enough player for standard yet, but yeah, we are at least like doing was able to like somewhat keep like the eternal running regularly. So it ended at around 8 to 9 p.m. and I was like, I don't feel like cooking, and my fridge is empty, and it's Sunday in Germany, so nothing is open. Like retail is not open, so I cannot do groceries anyway. Like what can I do? And I succumbed to the temptation and went to KFC to buy like the 23 wings. And I was like, okay, so 20 wings, I guess like it wouldn't hurt to get some sauces. And yeah, KFC has this thing called gravy, right? Which like I guess like when you hear like when you watch like American video, they sound like, oh, the gravy. So I was like,
why are you sounding Italian? The gravy.
The gravy.
The gravy.
The gravy. So it's €1 by the way, just for the gravy. But I was like, I was like, it's only like for trying, like why not? I'll just press on the gravy and yeah, the gravy. It's kind of nice, but don't know if it's because I brought it home, but like when I reach home, like it feels like way less thicker than when it was fresh. But there's no clumps. So like, where did the starch go? Did the starch just evaporate? That's that even a thing? Is that even a thing? I thought like the starch is supposed to like be thicker when it becomes cold. That's why when you cook something with starch, like you have to be patient. Just let it cool down a little bit, and it will be as thick as you needed it to be. Yeah. Cooking with the time gaming.
Hey, we can make that a thing.
Yeah, we do have a cooking content, by the way. We have one single video where it is cooking content. We made coffee, basically. Yeah, because that's the signature the time gaming drink, isn't it? The most tea drink out there.
Bruh. Yeah, they all came from plants. They're all the same.
Yeah, I mean, like, technically speaking, I mean, like, if we want to be pedantic about it, it's basic. We submerge the part of the plant in hot water, so technically it's tea. We're steeping the beans in the ground beans in hot water, so it's technically still tea, isn't it? It's just that it's major major enough to not to be called on its own name, but yeah, it's tea in it. But yeah, last week was a lot of rabbit holes, and of course, like because I drank beer yesterday, and my alcohol tolerance is really low, so I have to attribute it to being drunk. But basically, last week we also have the votes for Grand Archive, so they do introduce lots of new news. And yeah, they do have lots of promo cards that I kind of wanted. One of them, you kind of have to join the tournament like regularly. As if you don't know, the tournament in Grand Archive basically works kind of like online MOBA. So like basically they will track how many tournaments you play in, how much when you get, and everything to can get like give you points, and you get ranking out of that. I mean, if you play Battle Spirits in Japan, you kind of have that as well, but I guess like you do get the points mostly from winning. But this one you kind of track everything. And I never had like a good luck with Grand Archive in particular. I tried to open like several boxes and they are all blanks, to the absolute blankest. Like I don't even get like the comments that I needed for the most part.
Yeah.
So like the most that I can go is I do have like a sort of like what in Battle Spirits we would call a mega deck for Theo-chan, because yeah, I like to joke that she's my grandma, because if you don't know, my last name Theodore Lu, and Lu is the same Lu as Lu Bu. So like, and yeah, Theo-chan is kind of his girlfriend, isn't it? So yeah, my grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the most decent deck I guess that I have. And I try to, yeah, while I was drunk, I was like try to research like what I can do with it, because like one of the good thing about like the recollection decks, which is like the mega deck, is that they basically like give you like 4 copies of each card. So they have like a initial deck list that they give you, and then they will give like the remainder of the cards. So like the card is like, if like the deck list that they suggested is like 3 copies of X cards, then they will give you like the last copy in like a separate bundle, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think like Battle Spirits should do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so like basically then if you just wanted to try things out, then you can get like the whole deck and like at least like play with the ratio. Like that's kind of like what like the one of like the video of the starter deck review that I watched. Like that's what they do. So basically, according to their playtest, like here is the deck list that we suggest if you don't have any other thing yet, which I find that's really helpful, isn't it? Like, because for the most part, even if you can spend the money, like sometimes you don't know where to start. And Grand Archive, because like the company is still kind of new, like their stocks are kind of limited, because they also don't have like the production capability of like the larger companies. So like even without scalpers and everything, like it's still kind of like can be a struggle to kind of like get Grand Archive booster packs on time. Yeah. So yeah, then I try to look at it a little bit, and then I try to search, of course, then for the meta decks, and then yeah. Always the sad thing is that whenever a game gives you like a stage 2, because like in Grand Archive you have like level 1 to level 0 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever a game introduces a stage 2, you don't always go to stage 2. So Theo-chan is a control deck, and basically it's just full of negates, and you just negate your opponent until you have like a full board of like stuff that can give you like mana,
Mhm.
and then you just pop off and you just destroy everything that you have to one shot your opponent basically. Yeah. And so that's basically the meta build. The level 3 itself, like the stage 2, basically is just destroy more. So like I guess that's why you don't really use them. Because it's just, yeah, if you can spare the resource, then yeah, you can go to level 3. So like the level, even in the build that they introduced in the starter deck video, like going to level 3 is something that is optional, because also the control effect of the level 3 is also kind of situational. So you kind of wanted to hold it off until your opponent has like a lot of things that you can kill. Because the thing is, like when you go to level 3, you can put like any number of the specific counters on the opposing board. And then that specific counters, so basically during your main, when you enter a main phase, everything that has this counter, the owner have to pay 1 or else 1 mana, or else they will be destroyed.
Okay.
Yep. But if you go to level 3, you also get this one magic, one spell that is 10 cost, by the way. So in Grand Archive, it's going to be like a struggle to activate, because you pay mana by putting cards from your hand to your memory.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
So of course, like in this deck, you do have to rely on your floating like the mana stones. So you basically can make mana stones in this deck. Well, in general, it is not an exclusive mechanic to this deck. It's just that this deck kind of like have like a higher synergy with the mana stones basically. So one, you do just set up as many mana stones as you can, and also for each object that has this specific counter, the cost of the card is -1, and then the card effect itself is just simply destroy everything that has this specific counter. So yeah, and then you just give them flower pots, like it's a token. Then because it's a flower pots, you can use other magic to change it into actual flowers. But of course, the flowers are not always going to. Of course, it's not going to help your opponent. They all have effect, kind of like, shoot one damage to yourself, or mill 2 from your deck, and that's every turn, by the way. So it's going to stay there unless your opponent have a way to remove it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So otherwise, it's a deck that I will usually not just to play, because basically you, what you do in your turn is you basically just play 1 mana stone, pass. Because you want to threaten your opponent that you can still play like the counter spell basically.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
But I still don't understand how the classes like work in Grand Archive, because I feel like the beatdown decks like have like way too many hands compared to like the control decks.
Really? But like wasn't like there was like in the beginning there was like this like alchemist kind of deck that's like really control. And it just heals, it just keep healing, and then at one point it just goes like shoot 30 damage or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's actually like the other deck that I want to build. Because I really like the girl. So her name is Arisana. So yeah, I think like as I understood, like she is like one of the deck that goes to level 3, so the stage 2, and she like her main win con is this card called Cosmic Bolt, which shoots 2 damage to the opponent, which doesn't sound exciting, isn't it? So why is Cosmic Bolt the win con here? So Cosmic Bolt, when it is played, for each Cosmic Bolt in your trash. So basically, let's use the Bellspace term because I forgot how they call it in Grand Archive already. But like basically, so for each Cosmic Bolt in your trash and your banishment, you get like the damage is +2.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is still not too amazing, isn't it? Because like you still have you can only cheat like the cost like once, and then you still have to pay like for the other 3 cosmic bolt, and your opponent can still heal, so you cannot like pass it to the next turn. It's like, how do you play enough? How do you make sure that you have enough cosmic bolt to play? So what the other one thing that I find like unique to Grand Archive so far, and I find like other card games should probably like try this out, is this group of cards called the Proxia's Vault. So Proxia's Vault is a set of, as its name implies, proxy cards. Most of them are cards that are in their extra deck, so you don't shuffle them into your deck. So I guess that's kind of fine. So for cards in the Proxia Vault, you can just print it and bring it to official tournament. Because that's what they are meant to do. But they also, I think like they also give out like the promotional version that is like with the actual card stock, which is kind of nice. My friend gave me one, which is, yeah, again, you can just print it, but like it's always nice to have like the actual card stock, isn't it? Yeah, so the exclusive Proxia Vault card for Arisana basically is a cauldron, and then like for each specific action that you perform, it gains a counter. And then once you have enough, you can sacrifice the cauldron, and then here's my favorite part. From outside of the game, you can add an equal number as the token on the cauldron, as the counter on the cauldron, cosmic bolt from outside the game. So my friend just I thought like, okay, like I was playing with my friend. I have like the Arisana starter deck, so I was like, yeah, maybe I can. Like so far, I feel like still kind of fine. Only he heals way more than me, so like I scratched him a lot, and then like he just healed 80% of the damage. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up at all. And like he just sacrificed it, and then like he took out 4 cosmic bolt from his deck box, and then like shuffled it into his deck, and then like, oh, so that's how you play the deck. Jesus Christ. I was like, I was so baffled by this concept that you just took out cards from your deck box and then like shuffle it into your deck in the middle of the game.
Yeah, to be fair, never heard of that before as well. Like I've seen it in action like a long time ago, but I can't remember that, to be fair.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't know if that yeah. I mean, all the cards that I wanted probably unplayable in my deck by any metrics. Just wanted them for the art. Yeah. But maybe it's kind of good time, because like I always wanted to get into Grand Archive. I always have like tons of excuses on why I won't play, and then after I like research like drunk research last night, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, I still have like excuses, but also not as much. Although, you know, the other thing is that the one time I kind of try hard, so I opened a box just to get like this one. I think it's either uncommon or rare. So I just wanted this particular card called Lost in Thought, which gives you a draw, which is always nice, right? There, we are the TCG players. We cannot read. We prefer like card games even when we play video games, and also when you are offered to draw X number of cards, if you don't read it further, you will always take that effect first. Also, you don't read, so like you are offered to draw, you are going to draw.
I guess.
Yeah.
Can't relate, but sure.
But yeah. So yeah, basically, I got one single copy of Lost in Thought. I put it at home, of course, because after that I don't really play. I don't really play outside anymore. Yeah, so I just leave it in my deck box. I did in the box where I bought it, so I didn't even put it in my deck yet. And lo and behold, it got banned. So the one time I got the card that I wanted, I needed from the booster box that I bought, it got banned.
Catch.
Perfect. Just perfect. Every single minute detail. Perfection. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we can reach the silver rank. Maybe maybe since we already brought this up. Yeah, I'll try to document as much as I can out of this experience. Maybe we can make a video out of it when this tournament season is done. Like last year I was particularly interested to kind of like get into the competitive scene because the world final was in Singapore. You see, I just wanted an excuse to go home. Never been able to justify it because it costs a lot of money to go back to Indonesia. So like I was like, maybe if I already reach Singapore, like fight as well, right? So like, maybe I should try, but like then again, if I wanted to play Arisana, like because she is a level 3 deck, like you do have this one of like the staple called the dungeon kite. Like it basically works as like a rare candy in a way. So like basically,
Yeah.
because like you can
Just
only
keeps
level up.
your
Yeah,
level. Yeah.
exactly. Because like you can only level up your champion in your materialize phase, which is basically at the very start of your turn. But like you don't only level up your champion, you can also like spawn items from your deck, from your extra deck. So like, yeah, you always have like have to play with the priority whether you want to level up your champion or you want to get the items first. Like basically dungeon, if you really needed to go to like level 3 as soon as possible, like dungeon kite kind of helps with that. Also because if you banish your cosmic bolt, you can get it back with the cauldron anyways, like it doesn't really matter. And also it still increases the damage of your cosmic bolt. So like, yeah, you banish the cosmic bolt to level up, and then now when you play your cosmic bolt, like it already like the first cosmic bolt already like deals 6 damage. And I think like in the end you do wanted to just mill or banish your cosmic bolt like at least like 3 to 4. So like basically you then play like 8, 10, 12. So like it's already 30. So like most enemy will die at that point. So like at that point you deal 30. So like it's already enough. Yeah. We'll see where this leads to. I mean, yeah. Our standard stuff is also going to come this week. Finally, we can play standard like normal people. And also, the other interesting thing is like we did buy our stuff like last week. And I also forgot that not just Grand Archive having their World Championship, Battle Spirit also started with the championship, the championship qualifier for standard. It's like everything went up in price. Like almost everything that is like considered a staple for now, like they all went up in price. Faligaya, Marmedia Princess, Damphilion, Duke Damphilion, and then even in the newer cards like Levia Clan went up like almost like more than twice if I'm not wrong in price.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I think like even though like we will be looking at the chart after this, so like let's just load it up. But like you see that the for standard, as usual, on the top is Selfish. Like I see like if you look at like the actual deck list, like it's starting to shift from like pure like fish build into like more into like kind of like how Red is doing right now, which is just using the base Windfang as an engine, and then on the top end it's basically just beating whichever you have. So you just use Faligaya. So you do have like Faligaya, Kamera de Shin, Zangetsu Shin, or like Consular to kind of like destroy like whatever your opponent throws at you. So now, basically, your whole deck is basically just to give you enough cores to summon Leviathan and beat your opponent for real. Like I think like even some people are like starting to shift from like using Dante Cleo to the cost 5 primal Flood Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting as well. But the base of the deck is still pretty much the same. So you do still have 3 Saraka, 3 Puffer, 3 Mermaidia Princess, and also you do still have 3 Hammerhead. So those layer is still the same. But yeah, now you kind of have like the option to kind of just go white and hit your opponent early, or you can go into like the later stages and yeah, you basically just summon 3 Leviathan and just trample your opponent, I guess, at that point. Yeah, the other interesting thing is even though we do have like the championship, we do get less reports this week. Also, maybe I guess like with standard, because the card pool is so small, I guess like if you want to play competitively, you kind of really cannot open your cards at all. Because if you once your deck list is out, then yeah, basically your opponent can just figure out like what is going their way. So it might also be like not just not exactly like the number of the tournament itself going down. It's more into like the number of reported tournament is going down.
Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
Like this chart is like practically very inaccurate because it only had like what 20 examples. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 28.
It's really hard to say. Yeah.
Yeah, because like interestingly, is like we do get like more hype around like the championship qualifier, but like we do get like less result. What I do know is that in Malaysia, you do have the championship qualifier. Of course, our friend Wilson, as usual, he qualified. So
Nice.
yeah, so he's still going to the regional final in for Malaysia later, but yeah, at least like the first stage is clear. And I heard that something crazy like because they have like only top 4, so like the top 4 is like basically 3 fish and one topaz, which is after how much like yellow was struggling in BS01, it's not something that I thought I would be able to say like this early in the game, this early stage in the game, especially because whenever yellow is doing good, it's usually because they are given some sort of broken aggro strategy, and Hexcraft is not exactly an aggro strategy. If anything,
Yeah.
I think like the community kind of proved Ayumu right more than me. So like the more popular strategy at the moment is more into like the control one, which is a little bit of a hybrid between Hexcraft and Thunder Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Although that's also a hard sell because like the Thunder Dragon, that they do bring like 4 Thunder Dragon cards, and then the rest are just Hexcraft and mostly vanilla. Yeah. Which is also kind of interesting, but also Wilson said that yeah, Hexcraft is probably like your best bet if you wanted to pit fish. I guess the cost too kind of helps, because then you can kind of like escape Hammerhead, like Hammerhead, Shark, and Rasset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that's kind of the important part. So you still have to have like a lot of body in your field, but at least you can kind of like escape those. Like most of them don't bring Nexus, so I guess like you just rush them. You just basically, yeah, you just accept that if your spirit got disabled by heavy exhaust, then you just, if you can afford it, then you wait for it to refresh fully. If they don't, then you just, yeah, basically you just replace them with new cards from your hand, basically. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Rumble definitely has potential. They do get like lots of nexus that lets you like destroy like smaller spirits when they finish attacking, basically. So like, since I guess that's also why like the fish is kind of shifting, because if they rely on their old aggro strategy, then they will eventually like just run out of cards, because they are not really designed to. They are designed to kind of like pinpointly. Okay, like 10-3, you will have enough to kind of like waste to just kill your opponent basically. It's like if your resource like whittled down, then it can be kind of hard to kind of rebound. So you just have to go even more double. You just have to double if you got controlled. Like usually it's going to be you kind of have to double down. But of course the problem is why red is so that's why like red can still compete, but also why red cannot really beat anything other than fish. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like red should be red whenever you read the effect, it's like always like straightforwardly like this should be strong, but like for some reason the punches are just not there. I don't know. Maybe because like when you get into like the higher PP, you kinda get stuck with Valigaya. Like for now, if your opponent summons something that is like 11k, for example, then if you don't get Valigaya, then you're basically not going to whittle down your opponent. Because like with what Winfang's main strength is that all their higher ends have like very high PP. So like your opponent will eventually have to block with their postcards, and you can just push your spirit, so like they will win the battle. I guess like Valigaya just make it way faster, because there's also a pressure that if your opponent tries to block with something smaller, and Valigaya will refresh, so they will block with their bigger spirits anyway. So that's kind of like gives your opponent the incentive to kind of like block with their bigger spirits early. But also there's the other part where, because Valigaya is not a Winfang, you cannot search it. You kind of have to wait until you either get it or you wait until you get it. Yeah, and because of how the search works, like you can just use offering draw, open 3 Valigaya, put everything to the bottom. And then now you kind of just have to make sure that you can grind long enough for your postcards to survive, basically. Yeah. Sometimes when we talk about standard, it's kind of amazing that how deep like stuff can be, even though their effects are like fairly simple. But also it's kind of hard to sell it, because if you try to goldfish in standard, it feels like you're not doing anything. You can standard some like both of the games still multiplayer, but like because like the combo is not as long, like if you cannot really, it's kind of hard to goldfish in standard. You kind of have to practice with an opponent, because like the changes can be too drastic. So if you like take damage too early, then it's just going to snowball against you basically. So you kind of have to know you kind of have to have an opponent to kind of like know whether your deck works or not, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Eternal is the other. It's kind of like, to some extent, you can still like by when you goldfish, you can still kind of like see how long you can do your combo if your opponent overextends, or if your opponent have like minor like a minor setback. Then you can kind of see like how much you can extend on your own without having like the opponent like right in front of you, because like the resource that you get on your own turn can be way larger. So you don't really have to rely on your opponent hitting you, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know. I like the last one. I was just I was just like letting out what is inside my head. But what do you think, Ayumu? This is just in the topic of cold fishing, by the way. So when you test your deck on your own, basically.
I don't know. My head is fish.
True. Basically, also another cultural fun fact for you guys. When Ayumu say fish, there is a double meaning there because there's a fashion standard, of course, but also to go fishing is basically to play aggro. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. It's like Armorfish definitely feels more like white aggro and saga for me. To be fair, it's like obviously not as fast, but it's one of those decks where you do or die kind of thing.
Yep.
But like obviously now with like more cards out the set, with set 2 and stuff like that. Like what I've seen is like some people starting to convert to some kind of green control deck actually.
Yeah.
Like even the Green Guardian Usui was like using like a similar style of deck. Whereas like just like keep like exhausting everything like that, and then just, until they get ready and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So we are basically like seeing a shift in like the actual text itself, but like because the head, the face of the deck is still the same, it feels like the meta is not changing.
Yeah, it's like the playstyle like different, but then like it's kind of like this like 70% still like the same element of cards, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like in our last episode when we were talking about like the meta and stuff, like we have a comment from Jasmine Saman. So yeah, he hoped that they nerf armored fish for standard soon. Which I argue, of course, they already kind of did. Because if you see like all the new cards, they're kind of like, yeah, so basically if you get exhausted, you refresh something else, so you will see from the cost to yellow.
Yeah, but
Spirit.
it's only yellow though.
Yeah. And also like the white is like getting like more broken when blocking stuff. We get camouflage. So at least
I think like those decks are not decks, sorry, the counter cards are like more of like printed for insurance in case like Armorfish just literally dominates the meta. But like the problem right now isn't that Armorfish solely dominates the meta. Is you also have other decks which works. Like basically the meta is in an awkward state where we clearly know there's like a strong deck, but then but it's not like strong enough that everyone would goes for it. And then so like what it means is that like not everyone is playing Armorfish. They will be playing some other kinds of decks. But then like if you put in cards that only count as fish, you like losing to the other decks. Exactly. And then so just like no one plays these cards, basically.
Yeah. I feel like the cost is like a very good one because you don't like it is a sub function, right? Like its main function is to like gives you like a fix your curve basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just come with the extra effect that okay, so when you play against fish, then yeah, basically you negate their effect in a way. no fishing for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it's also in the situation where if you do ban fish, like it's just going to be like we're just going to replace it with some other stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like it's like kind of like what we have are still a little bit too simple where like you don't get like a variable meta. Yeah, if you ban something, people are just gonna find other ways to repeat it easily.
Yeah, I feel like Winfang will probably like go up. Just replace
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like either Winfang or Rumble is what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's why it's kind of like, do we even fish? And also like I guess like with fish, there's also a bias in which like if you don't play standard as regularly, it is the arguably still the most accessible deck. Like even if you don't have anything, even if you don't get Mermaidia Princess, you don't get Lavia Clan, like you can still like get some decent outcome out of just buying like 2 of the entry decks and making like maximizing like 3 off of like Rust Head, Dante Cleo, Squid. Like it wouldn't be like it will still struggle, but like it will still like be way more decent than like just fumbling into like opening box and like you don't know where to start kind of thing. Because with other decks you kind of have to practice with it a little bit more. Fish from the entry deck is just basically just, yep, here is my hand. I'm going to press on guess right now.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the whole reason why I'm building Armor Fish in the first place is like I got the entry deck. I don't need to buy that much more cards. So yeah. like that's literally the reason.
Yeah. I feel like Thunder Dragon used to beat that, but now I guess like if you want to play Thunder Dragon by itself is not enough. You kind of have to get Soldier and everything. No, like, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, like, the season just started. Maybe I can bother Wilson a little bit, and maybe we can test. I mean, like, if Thunder Dragon can still do quite well, that doesn't really mean that I'm a better player. It just means that you do still have like one more deck that is somewhat accessible if you just wanted to start Battle Spirits by buying like the entry decks. And I say that as if like Winfang is not there. Like Winfang, of course, like it will be better if you have like stuff like Valigaya. But like Valigaya is like in Singapore dollar is like $14. In Consular is like $1. So like yeah, like Valigaya is still way better, but like Consular is $1. So like you don't really have to start with too much if you wanted to play with red as well. Like, and you can still like, yeah, as you can see in the chart, like it still do kind of decently. Yeah, out of like the at least like 2 of the 4 on the top, like it is like fairly accessible. Yeah, only Topaz and Rumble is kind of like, yeah, you can have to, yeah, it kind of have like parts from like both PS01 and PS02. Well, Rumble is mostly on 01. There is an optional, like, if you there's some optional card you can get from 02. I think like the most important one is probably like the Apple Tree, just to hold off aggro a little bit. For for Topaz, yeah, 01 is mostly you just get like the cost, like the Straw Doll. Like some people even play with like three kinds of like the cost to spirit. Just focus on like the Weenie Pit. I'm not that brave because like what if I just start the game with like, I mean like, you know, we can mulligan, but like what if after I mulligan I start with like 2 Straw Doll, 2 of like the Warashi, and then like I throw into the Coastal Dragon. So like I guess just press on gas. Just play fish today. Yeah, to be fair, they all have extra symbols. So if you can taunt your opponent to go white, you can just pull put everything out, hit for 3 to 4, and then just hope for the best. Just hope for the best that you can survive one more turn and you draw into Soul Turret. And if you have Soul Turret and you have like at least like one spirit left, then Soul Turret can be double symbol. So again, wishful thinking. But that is about the scale of like what you can achieve realistically, I guess. And I guess like at that point, if you draw either Soul Turret, Marinelle, or Loch Ness, like Loch Ness can clean something. Marinelle can attack safely. Soldier Red, I guess if you do still have like 2 or 1 or 2 spirits left, and you can still like take like the minus 4k as well. Which I guess is more important than the double symbol actually. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll be looking forward to what more development in the championship series. I think like the Indonesian one will be like in 2 weeks. Yeah. We'll be looking forward to how that turns out. Maybe finally we can get some more final coverage after so long time. Finally. Some good shit. Oh well, since we did so that's basically what we thought about like why fish dominating the meta is kind of fine. Not totally okay, but like yeah, I guess.
It's like, I mean, I haven't really seen like the actual like championship and everything like that, but like, I mean, it's also one of the case like just one ban is I don't really think it's gonna fix anything. I feel like.
Yeah. That's like I feel like standard at this moment it's kind of like chess, but like it's just you start with like different pieces, and with fish you basically would play with all bishops. Well, either all bishops or all castle. So you basically just go straight. Just go straight right to the opponent. Just try to expose their king and then just checkmate as soon as possible. Yeah. That's probably not a good comparison because like how are you going to protect your king that way? I also can't tell. Yeah. So that is with the standard. So let's go back to the Eternal for a while. Of course, we do get the new ban list drop, which is not applied yet, by the way. But I guess like the one of like the biggest factor is Athena is finally getting back into the meta, thanks to the new promo cards that they hand out. If you join the Eternal tournament for this month. Yeah, the rest is maybe people just starting to kind of like prepare for a meta without the astral deities, or maybe they just want to try something new. Of course, like the Athena is kind of like a new toy syndrome in a way, because of course it's like the shiniest new thing in the block right now, because we don't have a new release until November. Yeah, that's kind of like the next best thing that we can get. Yeah. I mean, like, of course, Farah is still as popular as ever. Kekiha is finally getting back into the scene. Yeah. Not a nice sight to see. Don't want to see Kekiha again. I've had enough of fighting Kekiha. Please don't. That's cringe. Yeah, Thunderdrive is also coming back. Ninja Kill is coming back. Chaos is basically left in the dust right now. Poor Chaos, man. I can see why like the new Chaos Pro was just like him like slamming the whiteboard. Like, yeah, I can understand the anger. Yeah. So yeah, what's your thought on Chaos, Ayumu?
It's I don't know, like I feel like it's already been in a rough spot even before the ban list. I mean, obviously we're still looking at the pre-ban list results right now, but like what I mean, just like I don't really know if like there was a need to limit
Harap chaos.
Hera chaos, yeah. Because like now it's just like kind of like worse,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, obviously that's the whole point, but it's like it kind of it's already a bit too over. Where like just like it's getting really hard as you play it. I mean, obviously, I suppose like Bandai's intentions are like, oh well, now they will limit like the other cards for the other decks as well. Like the whole meta should be slower, but like obviously that's not the case because Fala and
Amon is there.
Amon is still around. Yeah, exactly.
And Crimson as well. This is just personal anecdote, by the way, because again, we do have our tournament yesterday, and I was playing against Inox Crimson, and it was not fun. Well, mostly because I am like trying my other, I'm trying out Velma again, and yeah, it's kind of rough. I really have to like change everything. I don't think like the deck is like not viable at all, but it's just I can't play it with the state of the deck like right now. I feel like the deck now it kind of benefits from having more nexus. You don't really, so if you go first, then you don't really just summon Velma and then pass. And also, yeah, don't like starting second is actually kind of rough as well if you don't have the Rin XV, or you don't have like Rabuel. Yeah. Even with Rabuel, you kind of still have to have Rin XV because otherwise you cannot reach the counter for the overcount. So yeah. Kind of awkward. It's doable. It's doable. I guess, yeah. It's copium, but it's doable. I'll do it. Do it for her. Yeah, and maybe I need to drop some stuff. Maybe the chubby cat. Maybe the chubby cat, maybe the fox. Because I feel like the point is you just have to draw the pattern as soon as possible and then like start looping the pattern. If you are playing against even if you are playing against Black Nexus, if you are playing against Black Nexus, that's actually kind of like not really doing anything against them either. Because like you cannot really play the pattern on your turn 1. Because you need Velma to be on the field for the pattern to activate its effects. But yeah, if you go first, then you don't have enough card to play the pattern. Yeah, tough choices. And definitely more Pierce. Yeah, I mean I have like 3 copies of the Rin. I have to capitalize that. The Rin DOS XV. Well, it's not Rin DOS XV, it's just Rin DOS. Yeah, have to capitalize on it, because I did buy 3 when it was nothing, and now it's kind of inaccessible. So you have to, and I just realized it has Cold Cloud. So yeah, and maybe I thought like the new angel, like because she also has Cold Cloud, the revival angel. Yeah, not as good as she is in Indra, unfortunately. Yeah, and I do see like some Morrigan list, and they only bring like one of like the Ultra Manifest, so maybe I can try out Morrigan again, because I only have like 1 copy of the Ultra Manifest anyway. Although the only hard pill to swallow is, of course, they have only 1 copy of the Ultra Manifest, but they do have 3 copies of Vina. But I do want a Vina though. One day, one day we'll get the 3 Venus. I will get the 3 Venus. I'm not sharing. The Yamato Takeru is also back, by the way. Your favorite.
Yippee!
Yay! Yeah. So now we do have like a very colorful chart. It's going to be interesting if to see if they are going to get Skit again. But this finally feels like a callback because like recently when I open Facebook, they always give you like all those old memories, and when I was still like always sharing like the pie charts and everything. And yeah, this feels like we are back in the like the BS40, 42 kind of like environment. Like yeah, finally we have like how many different decks? Yeah, I'm not counting that. I can't.
What?
I thought I was like, no, I guess like I say that I can't count fast enough, and my brain took that as a challenge, and it tries to count. But then the point is, like it has more than 13. So I only counted the one that has pictures on them, basically.
14 then.
Yeah. So like yeah, that's like yeah, you do have like 20, almost 20 different decks in the pie chart, which is kind of nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely decent.
Yeah, would be interesting to see if people are cooking with Uranus and Revo as well. They've been given new toys. Where?
Yeah, I do want to see Uranus work. To be fair,
yeah.
I mean, it'll be really interesting to add to the roster.
Mm-mm.
Especially since like the yellow decks are. Actually, no, it's kind of okay. We got Indra and Mulligan. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
I was about to say yellow decks are kind of getting shafted, but that's weird, you know.
Yeah. And I feel like Parvati is still kind of okay. Yes. Like even with the Path of Destruction. I mean, like it's still kind of like a coin flip on like your first turn. If you can set up on your turn 1, like Path of Destruction doesn't hurt as much. But yeah, Yamato is still the bane of my existence.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like the Yamato here isn't really pure Yamato, and more of like, you know, Golem, Castle Golem.
Oh, you mean the Gekia?
No.
Do we have Yamato? Oh, Yamato Takeru, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like talking about Yamato, the Yamato Frit, and I was like, oh, we are talking about 2 different people.
Oh, are we? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're not concentrating.
Exactly.
Yamato free. Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it's like Yamato Frit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just talking anecdotally because like, yeah, like yesterday Enoch was like, yeah, I don't have Yamato Frit, so you should be fine. And then he just casually draws it.
Oh, what was it? He was playing Rekka, wasn't he?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, Yamato Fred is not a War Dragon, isn't it? But he was like, yeah, but it's Soul Burst, so it's still thematically correct. So I was like, why? You guys are not from the same series. This is disgusting. And you know the worst part is like, I was like, okay, if he attacks, I do still have blockers. I can still trigger the Tiger first, so I can summon the Brave to protect one of my Parvati. Like, especially like the cost for Parvati because she's kind of like the most important. Yeah, and then basically he just casually called like the Catalyst. So like the Spirit with Catalyst on summon. And he just like catalyze. Oh, open my soul burst. Stick Yamato Frit. I was like, and yeah, he just destroyed my both of my Parvati. So like the my cost for Parvati that I saw, that I was already happy that it survived like 2 turns with 3 cores on it. I was like, oh my goodness. My only saving grace that I do have the Tiger set as a burst, and he didn't have anything to negate my burst, so I just open it and then redeploy my Parvati and also summon my Po, so I can start the next turn with 1 core. so I can finish him the next turn. Yeah, I think like maybe in the end I just need either Yellow World or the Star Pillar. Increasing the stuff that can get me to like one counter. Yeah, I don't like. I just don't like Ambika. Don't know why. Like mechanic.
I mean, I mean, even I'm not using Ambika now, so it's like, yeah, fair enough, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I kind of like how she's supposed to work, but like mechanically speaking, like I don't. Yeah, how she works kind of like didn't feel like goes in line with I wanted to do with the deck. Don't know why. I feel like I kind of enjoyed like the old Ambika when I was like when Hunter Beast just came out, but like the revival one, it is way stronger, but also it feels like weird. Like it's in a weird position because like you're supposed to like open it as soon as possible, but also, do you want to open it as soon as possible?
Sorry, which one?
Ambika.
Ambika, no, you don't.
Yeah.
It's more. It's more of like, I mean, at least for my playstyle, I usually use the. I mean, I don't know. It's more like you don't really wanna attack for basically no reason. Like, cause like you have to attack and then use the contract skill, and then now you can flip it. It's just like a lot of hassle, you know. You know, what if you can't call charge like? Actually, no, you can set the Mirage from hand, can't you? With like the contract.
Yep.
Yeah, but still, I feel it's a lot of effort, especially now that Pravati has like so many more options to add counters now. Like Ambika just not worth it, I feel like.
Yeah, little bit of passive in it. I said that I wanted to at Yellow World, but yeah, to be fair, like Yellow World is not as offensive, I feel, because it's a constraint access, so like you can just, and you don't really have anything to defend yourself anyway, so like might as well just spend the course to deploy the Yellow World, and it's still kind of early, so if you do get hit, then you still get the one counter. You can kind of like hold out 2 more attacks with the yellow deity. So even if the yellow deity is destroyed and you cannot redeploy it, still kind of do something for you. Yeah, and you do have like more manifest now, and I feel like even though like Mahadevi is something that most people don't prefer, and I just put her in because I already bought it, and also I kind of really like the art, so I just put it in. Like Mahadevi surprisingly like helps a lot, especially because the people around me like really like to play stuff that just sends your core to the trash. So I was like, so Mahadevi was like, so yeah, I'm going to send every single one of your core to the trash. Yep, I don't need them anyway. It just feels like a power move. Like, yep, send all your core to the trash. Is that your only attacker? Yes. Jumps. Jump scare. And yeah, yesterday I felt like really strong because like I don't know why, but I have like 2 Mahadevi in the deck, so I was like in my hand, so I was like, huh, like he literally cannot hurt me. Yeah, and then after that, after like being able to win like relatively quickly, because of our rule, I cannot use the Parvati deck anymore for the rest of the round, so I have to use my Velma. And yeah, I got clean on turn 3, I guess.
Velma in the big 2026.
Exactly. Yes, that's why I feel like it's actually like, the paradigm shift is like, yep, you probably want more stuff that can be played on turn 1 and more bursts. About playing a lot, like you just need Umaru, and you basically can do anything that the deck wants to do anyway. So like don't should not be too greedy and like want to try to draw with her like everything. Yeah, basically I just wanted to try out again like all the cold cloud decks. I kind of wanted to try vinyl instead, but like, yeah, I haven't really touched the deck in so long, so I was like, I look at my vinyl deck and like, I have to do like literally a lot. And the tournament was going to start in like half an hour, so I was like, So yeah, fingers crossed. It will be a future stream. And also speaking of stream, like in my last stream that I do out of a whim, I was like, yeah, I have like 2 to 3 hours free. I wanted to tidy up my cards, so like might as well like stream myself just leaving my Imaginate deck. So along the line, I can have like an idea about like how the deck is going to work, and then I try to goldfish with it. My God, I was very lost. I was playing it against Enoch with it, and when come his turn, and he was like, "Oh damn, I don't know how to do because I don't know what your deck is doing." And I just said back to him, "Don't worry, I don't either." Yeah. Weird it. I made the deck. I should understand how it works. I didn't. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, it's mostly just my mistake for not reading, I guess. Because I feel like lots of the characters like, oh, I thought the cards are going to work like this, and then turns out it didn't. So there's lots of gap of like, yeah, I thought. So some of the cards I kind of nerfed because like I thought like the card wouldn't work because I don't have enough Imaginate in my hand. Turns out the card can just work with any Imagine Brave. So like, okay.
Oh God.
And then the other one is like, I thought like the Nexus can summon Imagine Brave as well. And then like I realized that no, it didn't. It only works with Imaginate. So I was like, no, I didn't save enough Imaginate in my hand. So yeah, it's a very tricky deck probably going to be needing lots of playing with it, getting used to it. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be worth it. I don't know. I even like gave up at one point. I tried to look into like how people like play it in videos. And you know, one of our current reference point that we like, Team Joji. Like they usually like make like 2 matches with the deck, right? I think like for this for Imaginate, they just give up. So like after one match, they just, yep, this is the list. Oh, I was like, oh, and I kind of like mistook like the one of the Imagine Brave that they bring. I thought it was Omni Demon God. Turns out it was the Absolute Wind Demon God. So I was like, oh no, more money. No, fuck this.
Wait, what's wrong with your mic?
So now it should be back.
Yeah, it is back now. Yes.
Oh my goodness, I got too excited talking about why I don't want to follow the belt, and then yeah, I guess yeah, because money was involved, so my body just got too excited. I knocked my PC over, and because my microphone works on USB, it just cut off. It just disconnected. I literally rage quit. My microphone literally rage quitted at me ranting about why about me not wanting to spend money. And also the other one is like, you know, the Apollo Saber and Strike Sword.
Yeah.
Like it's a very old Imagine Brave.
Yeah.
That has 2 symbols. The only catch is that you cannot summon it freely. But of course, with Imaginate, the catch is that you can summon Brave with by paying only 1 cost. You can circumvent that. So now you can, if you equip it to Avril, yeah, you can just get a 5 symbol without returning anything. Cool. But yeah, easier said than done, of course, because it's not yellow, so it doesn't really work with the rest of your deck. Very perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I think like even one of the video that I watched, like they didn't even win with the deck. Because like with this decks, like yeah, you kind of, if you watch like especially if the deck is kind of like niche, like yeah, the thing that you need to understand that this is most likely going to be like the curated version of like how the deck can do well when it does run. It doesn't represent like the general experience that you will have with the deck necessarily, but like this is basically what it can do, which is still important, because like if the deck doesn't even run when everything's ideal for them, then yeah, you basically have to go back to the drawing board or just skip it entirely, pretty much. But yeah, even then, they can't even find like a footage where the deck works. So like I was like, oh, this is kind of dire. So at the very least, I have to find the formula myself. I can't really rely on the internet, unfortunately. Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And what other yellow deck could we have? Yeah, I mean, every deck is every deck. It kind of exists in its own bubble. Just stay alive until you can one shot. Yeah. Well, not really one shot, but yeah. Well, yeah, one shot actually.
Yeah, I just kind of gave up Nefertiti. I don't know we did mention that before, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like your deck is literally in my room right now, so
yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely not yours anymore.
It's too slow. It's literally way too slow. Actually, like that, mentioning that, so like today, like one of my friends brought Chronos to like his local shop or something like that, and then yeah, so and then he just lost horribly. Like he said, there was this one game where he played one card and just died.
That's literally with me with Velma yesterday, by the way. Yeah, it's it's kind of dire. I feel like how do we get into this stage? Well, when we first like get like the contractor and Walker Nexus, like even if you play Hades or you play Athena, you still kind of struggle against Freck. And then now they buff like the contractor and Walker Nexus so much that yeah, you even like as a casual, like it feels like it kind of feels like watching TikTok right now if you play the Grand Walker Nexus deck, because like the deck is so light. On if you reach your turn 2, you can play like 5 cards with only 5 cores. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if this is strong, but like it feels good. But the contract spirit deck is like, yeah, I mean like technically speaking, what I'm trying to achieve with what I want to try to achieve here, I'm still like producing like the same result, but I'm only playing like 1 to 2 cards. Like it doesn't feel as good. But like if we're still like in the pretty much the same position, because we need to reach the next thing, and I'm going to pop off the next thing. But like because in this particular thing I only play 1 card instead of like 5, it doesn't feel as good. It feels like going back to like long form YouTube after like doom scrolling on shorts, basically. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And I guess when the next shipment comes, I can finally complete my Farah deck. So I guess we can see it. We'll see how much that affects my brain. Will it actually like be even more detrimental to my brain? Is it going to be like, yeah, not even shorts anymore? Like it's just 10 seconds video now. It's just like a 3 sentence summary of the video content of a 60-second shorts. Jesus Christ. How like how far can we go into like just compressing like the content out there? It's like, like even like we don't even need to go to like the modern day, right? You know haiku, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently haiku evolved into the form of the art it is today, because it's basically the shorts of like the old age. It's like they have like the longer poem, which is like the joka. So it's very long. It can be like 150 sentences or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really long. So of course, like when it is that long, like because like and you do have like this in like stage settings. It's like by the time the poet is done with the poetry, like the people are already bored. So like they already like lost track of like what the poem is about. They do so they make a summary that is like 57577 syllables, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the summary. This is not yet haiku. And then they have then they have the next stage, which is ranga, if I'm not wrong. Which is basically kind of like a game. So you do have to get a prompt that is like 575. And then to kind of like complete the summary, because like the summary becomes more popular than the longer form poetry, of course, just like how shorts kind of like wins against like the long form content. And basically they made a game out of that. So like instead of like making like just one of the summary by yourself, you start with a prompt that is like curated, the 575. And then you throw it to, so like for example, I started with the prompt, which is the 575. And then I throw it to you, so you have to answer with like 2 sentences, like 7 syllables each.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the game that is going on. But like eventually they feel like because like the one who answers kind of like has to answer on the spot, so they don't have enough time to kind of like think deeply into like how they wanted to make it pretty. They just have to focus on like making it like 7 syllables each. It becomes like pretty much just generic answers in the end. Like people just like, yeah, maybe then we don't need the answers. We just need the prompt. And then even the prompt is like two words long. So haiku is actually an abbreviation of that term, basically. I even forget that term already, but like basically the term starts with hai and ended with ku. That's why they shorten it to haiku.
Oh, it's the Asian brain rot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like even from before the digital age, we already have like the Asian, like we in Asia already like brain rotted ourselves. Like I didn't even know that you can make like such long poetry, because like when I was like learning what was it again, literature in high school, and like basically in my school, like Indonesian literature, like the most common form of poetry that they taught you is like the one that only has like 4 sentences, and you basically have to make like it has to rhyme, so it's always in a set of 4 sentences, and it has to rhyme with A B B or A B A B, basically.
Yeah,
so,
well, I mean, poems can be really long.
yeah.
Like, what do you think the Odyssey is?
Yeah, we don't learn about Odyssey. We only learn about
no. But like you said, you didn't know the poems can be that long.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, Odyssey is a poem with 24 books.
Jesus Christ.
It's a poem,
Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah. And now I know. Yeah, they didn't taught me. I mean, like even I think like even if we don't go like far away, I feel like in Indonesia there should be like a poem that is like long enough. But like Yeah, I think like even some of the Indian ones, of course, like I think got mentioned because like our civilization kind of started with like the Hindu and Buddhist kingdom. I feel like there are some important poems that are mentioned in the history class, but of course they are not being talked about in the actual like literature class. Like when we touch upon the subject of like, because like yeah, we only have like one single umbrella of like Indonesian language, and it's like half grammar, and then the other half is like, yeah, sometimes you do get some degree of literature, not as much literature, mostly just it's mostly just grammar, business Indonesian, and a sprinkle of literature. It's like every time the topic of poem is brought up, it's always that AABB and it's just that now that you are older and you use Indonesian a lot, try to go a little bit deeper with what you write and don't overextend. You just have to make it more compact but also deeper, which is always that's kind of like why making poetry can be fun, right? Because you do have like all these constraints, but you do still have to convey as much as you can within this constraint. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I was like, and then I think like again, like I just knew that the Odyssey is a poetry, even though I know about like the Odyssey. But I think like the first time I kind of know that you can make a poem that's a little bit longer is when I bought a book of poetry, and then most of them are like 1 pages long. Some of them a little bit longer. One of them is 1 sentence long. Like, yep. So here's the title. Here's the poetry, and then like, why is it already the title of the next one? Yeah, it's an experience. I finally learned what literature is after I left school. And I'm not even good at Indonesian grammar, although it's like the simplest thing ever. Yeah, and I read like the other day that actually like that's probably why kind of like, not just because our grammar is simple, but more because like the grammar is really forgiving. So you can basically like you know that the meme is that in German because you can attach like all sorts of adjective to a noun, and they will be just merged into one word. That's why you have like the, what was it again? The longest German word. Let's see. Longest German word. So the Etikettierungsüberwachungsaufgaben Überträgungsgesetz. That is one word. But like it has like multiple adjectives. So like Etikettierungsüberwachungsaufgaben Überträgungsgesetz. So like the main noun itself is a Gesetz, which is basically law. And it is a law that is overseeing the labeling of beef, basically. Yeah. So that's how long a German word can be for Indonesian. Like you can make like a whole paragraph, and then everything can be 1 sentence, because that's our language is a little bit too forgiving with that. So that's probably that kind of translates when I write in English as well. Yeah, I do have like I write a lot, and then like, why do I think I've wrote like 4 sentences by now, but everything is connected by a comma. Is it even legal? Yeah, I think like to some extent like English kind of works with that, but that's also why it kind of hard to shift to German, because now I have to end it here. Like in German, I feel like you mostly can chain like 2 to 3 like at most 2 sub-sentences, if I'm not wrong. Like more than that, it just doesn't feel right. Like the vibe is not there. But with like Indonesian with English, you can change like 5, 6, 7, 8 subsentences, and it just feels right. It just flows. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Language is witchcraft.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but like, I mean, that's the fun part, isn't it?
Exactly.
Actually, that reminds me of a really funny case.
Mhm.
Like, so like one of my friend's son, like he absolutely loves me. Like, oh my God, like I would protect him like he's my own.
Mm-mm.
He thinks it's he thinks that I'm one of the like, how do you even describe it? Like the wiser people,
Mm-mm.
basically. Like whenever he sees me, he just asks a lot of random questions.
Mm-mm.
Like it's not even just like the children kind. He just kind of just have like ADHD kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
But it's like yeah, so like one of the questions that like he was asking me was basically what, like, how did cavemen communicate with each other? It's like uh I was like, they did not have a language,
Mm-mm.
my child.
Mm-mm.
And then it's like, oh, and then so like he was like, well, how then, how to speak to baby and stuff like that. And they're like, I had to explain to him, they're like, have you seen like a dog caring for, his caring for like his offspring, that kind of thing. That's basically what humans did as well. Well,
Mm-mm.
cavemen,
Mm-mm.
excuse me. But like, yeah, it's yeah, it was pretty cute.
Ah, that is very endearing indeed. Yeah. Okay. I think we have enough quota for our attention for a day. So just kidding. But yeah, bottom line, yeah. Now the meta is really diverse. So we'll see how it will skew over uh the next few weeks. Yeah, especially now, I guess like the championship is kind of like taking a break. Like we will get into like the second season soon, but like I guess like now that people are taking a break, maybe they do have like the leeway to kind of like have more fun with what they wanted to try. Yeah, we'll just have to see. That but anyway, so of course we do have to get to the most important part of the day. Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, one of my favorite Diva, the Luna One deal gets her debut in standard. Yay! Yippee! Is she going to be useful? I don't know. When you
I mean, it's kind of okay, to be fair. I feel like.
yeah, I guess she kind of gives you a pseudo clash, I guess.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
true.
Yeah, because you kind of have to block, otherwise you will be able to exhaust something else anyway. So yeah, I guess I'm going to put, even if she is not that good, I'm going to put one anyway.
I mean, when she attacks by herself, she's still like 8,000. Like that's
Right, that's all
still
something.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I think the most important part is, never mind, I remember the wrong card. I thought it has EX symbol. No, it doesn't have EX symbol.
Yeah, it doesn't. But yeah,
I mean, still 8,000 is good. 4 minus 2 for an 8,000. I'll take that.
and she's fabulous in her new dress as well.
Look at
What
that
not?
hourglass shape. Ooh.
I know, right? What not to love about that? Yeah, hopefully she wins the next Diva popularity poll, since a lot of the like Ilma and Ilma and yeah, I dropped my pen quite spectacularly, but Ilma and Flam already won, so yeah, hopefully next is Luna as well. Want her in a big playmat soon. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of divided now because like Green Wave is of course getting even more appealing to me personally.
Yeah.
Blue
I
Beat,
mean,
yeah,
Blue Bee is very interesting as well. Not
yeah,
gonna lie, I think like the green and blue in the
mm-hmm.
Diva set is like just like really good.
Yeah.
I feel like
like
from what I've seen so far.
yeah, I feel like so far we don't. So far from what I see from the Diva, there's not a particular deck that I don't want to play. Like there are ones that I wanted to play over the others, but like not really ones that I don't want to play.
Yeah, but we haven't really seen everything for like
Yeah.
yellow and red, have we?
Yeah. But of course, we got distracted. We got two big distractions, which is
Bruh.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
which is one is that the fact that we don't have enough red and yellow cards to decide whether they are good or not. But yeah, of course, we do have the new blue extra for the blue pit team, which is the one who formed the whole team, the Snake Origin Tia Madura. Yeah, and if you like Battle Spirits, spamming is of course the bread and butter, and she kind of brings that back. So if your Soul Core is in your reserve, kind of to emulate the seal effect a little bit. So even though you don't put it in your life anymore, you still have to have it in a specific place, and then you can open the top 3 card of your deck, and then summon up to 2 blue pit that is cost 5 or lower from there, and the rest goes to the bottom. So of course you do still have to pay the cost. And I understand it wrongly. I thought you can chain it into another tier. Turns out you can't. But that's still still pretty nice, yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Because like as we will see later, like Blue Beat does have like pretty decent like already has an option to corpus as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And then also during your attack step, when your opponent wants to block your Blue Beat spirits, they have to pay 2 in order to block.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the 2 cost is very big. That is yeah.
For God's sake.
Of course, like you, in order to reach level 2, you do have to pay a very big cost of putting 4 cards on her. But yeah, with what you can do with it, worth it. And again, you can summon spirit that can corpus. The blue is not really that hungry for. Well, it's not that hungry. It's more like blue is not. They do have like decent amount of core booster as well. So yeah, she is actually becoming a very big newbie here. Yeah, and from the flavor text and the flavor text of other card king spirits, you can also see how excited she is, how big her excitements are. So yeah, really be looking forward to her performing in the meta as well. Yeah. So yeah, do you have anything, any other big things that you want to talk about, Ayumu, about Tia Madura?
Yeah, it's like it's to be fair, isn't like it's kind of a shame that you have to pay the cost for like the summon, but like I guess if not, it might be too broken. I guess.
Oh yeah.
But to be fair, I do really like the level 2 effect. But yeah, obviously, like there are like quite a lot of cards that are also like designed to like go with tier. And like yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, like so far, like how do I say it? It's like the other blue spirits. Like to be fair, honestly, I don't really think a lot of them very interesting. Like impressive to me in terms of like standalone cards. I'll just say I do want to play blue, but like, what's being revealed after tier is just like actually just like
Yeah, plus PP, plus PP, plus PP.
no. There's more to that. There's more to
Mm,
that. I
yeah.
think like you show it later, but like, it is very interesting for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Bottom line, looking forward to Tia performing, and also and also like art wise, don't know why we did see her full art before, but I don't know why I didn't really notice that. Yeah, her dress is actually also really nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purple is just such a nice color. Not my favorite, but it's such a nice color. Yeah. As if she is supposed to be purple, and why is she in blue? But yeah. But I guess like also like now speaking of colors, like the God Kings all gathered in blue, but like the four witches are divided into their own colors. So like kinda sad. But yeah, they say that they are going to do their best anyway. So yeah, looking forward to the four witches. Although that also means that in this set we are not going to see Magnolia Meiser. Such a shame. Yeah, the other three we can see here, but like only Magnolia is going to be alone in a dark room waiting for her to be released next year. For Magnolia, man. So, and of course we have the one that we have been waiting for, of course, because we have her avatar, we have Morrigan barging into the field. We also have the other Grand Walker barging into the field as well. Finally, we can see who is the better Grand Walker by duking them out on the field. So Saraswati, previously a producer, a Grand Walker Nexus in the Diva world, now she is there with her guitar, with her sitar, and she's basically ready to duke it out. She does carry the effect of her original Grand Walker Nexus, which is to pay you can pay cost to refresh yourself. So during your main step, what pertain if all of your spirit and nexus are green wave, you can pay 1 cost to refresh the spirit. So yeah, whether you got heavy exhausted, or if you have attack and you want to leave a blocker, you can just pay 1 and then refresh her again. Yeah, very nice. And of course, she is also using. Although Morrigan is using a new dress, she's basically wearing a dress that is based on her Grand Walker dress. Yeah, kind of nice. Well, to be fair, I think this is the dress that she wears in the secret version of Producer Saraswati, isn't it? Like the contract there. What was again? The competent producer.
Might be actually, yeah.
Yeah. But now she's using it in the stage for real. Nice. Yeah, such a shame that she doesn't have an EX symbol, but I guess a guaranteed blocker with an EX symbol is probably a little bit too strong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, just...
Yeah, which makes the next I guess like with green you don't really want to give them too much EX symbol anyway. Which makes like the next the next green wave diva that we will see later a little bit interesting as well. But yeah. Also like the fun part is that you do see Tia, Saraswati, and Rias being revealed on the same day. So on that day, we do get a triple threat of the snake, the dragon, and Miku. Yes, the 3 most dangerous stuff in this world. Again, the snake, the dragon, and Miku. Very dangerous. Oh, she's a master rare, by the way, so yeah, she's going to be very shiny. Yeah. And arguably, well, nah. I thought like just like Morrigan, you can kind of like bring it in like yellow good stuff, just as a blocker. But yeah, the only downside is that if you start with her on your turn 2, then I guess you can just use her effect to kind of like live a 3k blocker. But that it doesn't work as much as Morrigan, I feel. So like mostly going to be useful in her own deck, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, but still very nice. But of course, we got distracted. We do have the dragon. She is basically Salaka. So she's also a rare that gives you 1 core into your trash. So basically, she is Salaka, she is buffer. Of course, all of your spirit and accesses has to be blue bit in order for this to activate. But of course, that kind of emulates the effect of the Together Forever Rias Uruforan, which gives you 1 core every turn if you open your deck. Yeah, kind of nice. So she's actually keeping the pretty animals instead of the Twilight Kotek. That's why she gives you 1 core. Because pretty animals is basically the green of like the old Diva family.
I mean, I suppose so, yeah. I mean, in general, like I see. No, not really. This is like the second Ria's Corpus card, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Like Ria somehow went from stripping cores to being the Corpus card.
Exactly. Because like she's supposed to be purple green. But then for some reason we kept it green. Purple is for later. Yippee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like at this point, like they're kind of more like kind of just stripping the color identity already. And then just like be like Diva just like separate. Like there might be some reference, but like I mean at this point, even if they want to do references, it's just like too hard because like what is it? Because all the effects are too simple, you can't really do any references to like how the original spirits do. So I guess it just came to the point where it's like, you go here, you go there, and then like basically just like build a deck of their own. Yeah.
True. Although and that is also why it's still kind of amazing that they, with the limitation that they have, they are still able to kind of like, at the very least, not everyone can get like a reference to their original version, but like still some of them do get a little bit of a callback to their original version. Kind of like Tiamadura is kind of emulating the original Tiamadu's effect to summon more God Kings. Because of course, like most of the blue pit spirits are going to be the God Kings. Saraswati allows you to pay cores to refresh yourself. And Rias gives you 1 core. Maybe not the last one, but you get the point.
Hey, I mean, at least some of them are keeping their colors,
Exactly.
like Randale and Saraswati are still in green and anything like that.
Yeah. And actually, like even when we want to go back to Luna, also like the original one, they'll of course can shoot life, but at the very least they still kept like if a specific category card reduces the opposing life, do something. Like of course, like now you can't really like shoot another life, but like at the very least, like you still do something that contributes to your opponent losing life, which is to exhaust their blockers. Now it does sounds nicer and nicer. I am coping. I am nitpicking like only the good stuff, but like they're kind of nice. So let's see how that develops into. The next is of course the Run Bracia, so which is based on Bladra. Yay! The Blade Dragon origin. Yeah, of course, Bladra is a vanilla cost 0. It is important to be to fulfill the remaining costs. As we know, Bladra is has a very famous meme in Battle Spirits because done very aggressively will summon something and summon something big and sacrifice his Bladra for it. Yeah. So run is basically, of course, like in Battle Spirits standard, we don't have cost 0, but run is basically fulfilling that spot, which is to become their cost 3 vanilla, which I just realized that red doesn't really have that much vanilla. So yeah, finally they have one. And also, she do have a symbol, which in a way do fulfill the role of like cost 0 in Eternal. But even more important, Ayumu, is the flavor text. Because I see a name that I really wanted to see, and now I'm more invested in playing Red Stella than ever. If you don't know, out of all the divas, my top, I have 3 diva that I like the most. The third being Luna Wandil that you just saw just now. And then the next is, of course, Seclarmetum, which we haven't seen yet, but hopefully we will see her soon. And of course, the top is Rabi Darling, which is stated in the flavor text for Run Blazier because they are friends. So basically, they are going to be together to support Noah Fleur. Noah Fleur not being my favorite, but I guess if it's for Rabi, I will do it. I'll play Red Stella. If it's for Rabi, I will do it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's enough dragging on just to declare who my Oshi is. Yeah. So of course we see Kaori Pegasaurus. Last time, now we see her sword eye magic, which you choose 1 yellow rice spirit. During this battle, this spirit gains. If this spirit attacks reduces the opposing life. If your life is 3 or lower, add 1 card from the void to your life. This is a very blessed magic. And again, don't know why I called it that. It's because in Battle Spirit Saga, the effect to heal 1 life when you are hit is called Bless. In Battle Spirit, it's called Holy Life. But of course, because there's a limitation of your life having to be 3 or lower, it is not, by definition, not Holy Life. But yeah, now, last time, Ayumu, you said that Kaori is one of the part that kind of like brings her down is her musk. Now she is unmusk. We are using the soul magic unmusk on her, and then now she is unmusk.
Okay then.
Yeah. Did your rating for her increase now that she is unmusk?
I mean, she still looks kind of normal.
I suppose so, yeah. I mean, like, especially if you compare her to Ryoba, yeah. she is the goat for a reason. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, like, it can be really conditional, but healing 1 always going to be nice. Again, this is also from the starter deck, so might be designed for you to change it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I still kind of like the idea. Maybe I'll put like at least 1. We'll see. I mean, like,
yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, we still don't really know how they want us to play yellow.
Mm-mm.
I guess it's just kind of like a blessed temple. Well, holy life kind of temple kind of thing.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I suppose so. And also, like, Kaori can salvage the magic anyway. So I guess, like, playing like 1 of everything is also not a bad strat. So, like, you never know, right? Like, because you can also order your attack. If you attack with Kaori, actually, if you play the Twilight Fantasia song, I guess you can just order it so that you heal with the lowest value, with the lowest ceiling first, and then like heal 1 with the other one, which is not bad. Yeah. And now I just realized that Kaori actually like calls back to like the revival version of Chaos Pegasaurus, in which the Axel effect can give you like 1 magic 1 yellow card back. and then her level 2 effect is just to emulate her holy life. Yeah. So far they're doing really good. So we'll see who's next, and it's of course the Doom the Doom origin Ragnaria Rockwell. It's kinda yeah, with how they get their stage name, it's just kinda funny how it is the Doom origin.
Doom.
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 Yes. Oh my god, that's that Hololive clip, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also interesting that she is released basically on the day where the stream for the Pale Spirits anime non-stop stream ended. Oh yeah, that stream was very hype. Thank goodness I did not get triggered to talk about that today, because that's going to be another 2-hour tangent. So maybe we'll save it for the next episode. Yeah, so she did. It is, yeah, I guess it's kind of bittersweet because we did it. The stream just ended. It is, yeah, basically like the only closure that we get is basically Ragnaria. Yeah. Which, yeah, I kind of waiting a Doom origin, because like also in the lore, Ragnarok is kind of like trying to end is the force to end the world, and Sigvor is there to stop it as the savior.
Mhm.
So yeah. Of course, the other thing about Ragnarok is that when you sacrifice Yggdrasil specifically, you do get 6 more cores added to your Ragnarok instantly. So of course we cannot do 6 corpus in standard. That will be too much. So, but she is like still very, very, very nice, because she has a legacy, although she only has 3 reduction. When she is summoned, for each green wave card that you banish for the legacy. Wait, oh no! If you banish 3 or more cards for the legacy, yes,
Yeah, you gain 3 cores. Yes.
Yeah, you gain 3 cores. Yeah, so she's basically 3 cores. 3 cores for a 9 cost. So if you have 3, if you pay for the 3 legacy, then she's basically 3 costs for an 11k body. That is not bad. Not bad at all. And not to mention that when she attacks, she has a flash effect. If all of your spirits are green wave, you can pay 3 costs, choose 3 opposing spirit, and exhaust them. Damn. Such a shame that she didn't refresh herself, but again, that will be too much. Yeah, I think like at that point, like if you already pay 3 and she goes down to level 1, you still resolve the rest, right?
Yeah.
That is so Shitatoki.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, we will have to read them later.
I think this is the first time we got like this effect in standard.
Yeah, true.
I think we might wait for Q&A.
Yeah, at least we know that we have the question at the very least, so we can look at that later. At the very least, we can question that.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. And I don't know why I really like her post in this version of the art. Oh, of course, she's still trying to stop Noah Fleur. She's becoming. I thought like all the Gekiha spirits will gather in Restella, but of course, her thing is Corpus, and you cannot give that to Restella. So yeah, I guess rightfully so, she is in Green Wave instead. And she's still an absolute. She's an absolute unit indeed. Yeah, I don't know why. I really like your art in this version.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you like the previous Ragnaria. Yeah. It's kinda okay. This one though. This one I don't know why. I don't know why this appeals to me.
I think it's really good, yeah.
Yeah. And again, exhausting 3 spirits of your choice. Oh no. Yeah, no, you choose the 3 spirits that you want to exhaust, so yeah. That's actually
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah, looking forward to playing Green Wave, actually. Still don't know if she is going to be like actually viable in the deck that I would want. But again, we are playing this casually. We'll do it anyway. And so far I mean like the only EX symbol that I do have like on top of my mind is of course Gayatri Fox. We'll also have to see like how much EX symbol will be available to Green Wave. Because Saraswati is definitely not helping. Damn it, Saraswati. But yeah. I can look at her all day, so I have to press the button because we are running out of time. And then of course we have the Sengoku Origin, Sengoku Senri Tiger. The of course the Diva that is inspired by Sengoku Tiger, the key spirit of Homura Toshie. So of course she is also the favorite of our Red Guardian because that is his pick in as a Battle Spirits voice actor, which is to play as Homura Toshie. And she does bring a kind of nostalgic effect in which like if you have 2 or more exhausted Red Stella spirits, you can choose one opposing spirit that has the same BP as the spirit and destroy that. And then during your end step on level 2, if you have 2 or more exhausted Red Stella spirit, the spirit refreshes. Yeah, so forgot what is that guy's name in Saga. I just remember that when he appeared because of how you can manipulate PP in Saga, it becomes like a really interesting card. And I feel like in Standard it can also bring some layer of can bring some layer as well because we do have the Jinros, we do have Flame Summoning. Like there's a lot of ways to kind of like manipulate her PP to match the PP of the spirit that you want to destroy. And we have the Restella stage as well, so you can. So now the other thing is that her PP is all odd numbers. You can also use the stage which give her 1000 PP to also fix her PP into even numbers. Yeah. Yeah, actually, this is like mechanically kind of interesting. Finally.
Yeah.
And of course, we have her song as well, which basically, if all of your spirits and accesses are Red Stella, destroy one opposing spirit that is 4000 or lower. And if you have 2 or more exhausted spirit, you insta destroy something that is 6000 or lower. So at first glance, it does feel like a slightly worse Flame Hurricane, but the other catch is that one is that you don't need to lose life in order for the PP ceiling to go up, even though Flame Hurricane starts at 7. And the other thing is that you wouldn't always have your Soul Core to play your Soul Magic. So if you do still have since if you want to destroy something that is 6k or lower, you kind of have to have 2 spirits. You will be able to play this song like for cheaper than Flame Hurricane because Flame Hurricane does have like less reduction as well. And I think it's a cost 6, right? It's also probably why Flame Hurricane is of course a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, like Flame Hurricane is like the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really have anything else that's like better than it right now.
Yeah. So now you just have something that is more versatile in a way. Which is not bad. And you can still bring Flame Hurricane in this deck, of course. Granted, you will not be able to search it, but yeah. That's an option that you can take. Whether you want to take it or not depends on you. Yeah. Damn, but most of the old divas that are coming back, they all look amazing in this set. Even though they are basically wearing their old dress, but like, yeah. From Senri to Ragnaria to Rias, to Saraswati, but especially Luna Wandil, they all look amazing. Maybe that's just nostalgia speaking, but yeah. They all look amazing. Proud of my girls. Eternal player rise up. But yeah, of course, to close the news for today, we have a new God King joining the Diva race, which is the Diva that is inspired by Avalanche Bison. So Faran Shu Bison. Yeah, so she is basically, like lore-wise, she is basically the one who is responsible for the stage technique, the stage setup for Blue Beat. And yeah, she basically, her effect is just, if all of your spirits and nexus are Blue Beat, this spirit gets plus 2000 on level 2. She does have an extra symbol, so that is actually still kind of decent. She has a 4 cost 3 reduction as well, so she's basically filling in your vanilla slot, but basically if you play her in a Blue Beat exclusive deck, she's an 8k vanilla on level 2 instead of the normal 7k.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is still kind of nice. So yeah, because of course, like for the most part in this, if you play her in Blue Beat, then she's going to be 8k for the most part. And yeah, and at 8k, if you can figure out like some sort of blue deck that doesn't really require Nexus, although that's kind of their thing, I guess she can also be like just a wall at 8k. I guess that's still kind of worth it. That's still kind of worth it more than putting on Saraswati, for example. So like even if she goes down to 6k later, that's going to be fine, because like the point is that during the turn where she is standing as an 8k, she's just stopping your opponent from, she's just discouraging your opponent from attacking, basically.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can argue that you can just start to make Blue Beat the engine, and then like the top end is just Neplander. Because why the fuck not? Or just the top end is just the actual Giganteleon, and you just basically just tempo, and then you go into your final turn, just summon now that you do all the corpus with Rias, you killed their attacker with Faran. Now you just summon Giganteleon, and then you just summon 3 Giganteleon and attack with all 3. Not too shabby. Yeah, but of course, what is even more amazing is not just her large shoes, but also her idea of a good stage for the Blue Beat is just to summon the real Avalanche Bison and use it as a stage. Because why the heck not? At this point, what even makes sense? What is a stage?
Oh my god! I just realized that's the actual Bison. Wow.
I know, right? Like even in the flavor text, like Galvanic is actually like a question: is that like the real thing, or is that just a prop, or is that the real thing? And then Tia just gave up. It's like, I'm not sure at this point, but it's too late. The show is already starting. Let's just roll with it. Yeah, really that line actually kind of make me like Tia a little bit more. That's very human. Like, your subordinate fuck up, you just have to roll with it. Just have to own it. As the leader, you just have to own it. Yeah, the effect is also kind of nice though. So like during your main step, you can exhaust its nexus, choose one of your Blue Beat spirit. During this turn, it becomes level 2, which of course, like for the most part, you want it to activate during your main step 1 to kind of like make them stronger when attacking. But the other catch is that the other thing that you can do is that on your main step 2, some of the spirits does have like an effect that only activates at level 2 during your end step, and you do have to invest some cores for them. So if you like summon them later, then you can just save the Bison for later, and then just use that effect to maybe refresh your other spirits without like preparing the core first. I mean, like, that's the other thing that you can do. But of course, like if you do it from your main step 1, that also works. But if you want to save them for main step 2, or maybe you do you regardless, you don't really need it during your attack step, but don't know why you wouldn't want it during your whole turn, but yeah. Anyway, that is another thing that you can do. Yeah, I think it's more into like if you draw it during your attack step and then you summon it later. And then now you don't have enough cores to fulfill like 2 spirit for to be level 2. Like one of them maybe you can use through Unleash. The other one you use the bison to bring it to level 2. Yeah.
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 What I really like is just like, you know, with this Nessus, it just gives you like a full picture of how like they actually want you to play tier. Yeah, because like it means like you don't need to put focus on tier now.
True. You can just bring tier to level 2 and then now you can use records to summon the new spirits as well. Damn.
Yeah.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Yeah. And this next is also not going to rot at all if you deploy multiple of them. And not to mention the level 2 effect is also really strong. So during the opposing main step, if the opponent wants to summon a spirit that's cost 3 or lower, they have to pay 1 extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that stacks. Realistically,
which is like really good anti-aggro.
Exactly. Yeah, realistically, you would only be able to do 1. Before it stops being effective. Because like then you will have to have like a lot, like 7 cores in total on your turn 3, and then yeah, I guess like at that point your opponent will already start playing that higher cost. But yeah, I'm only complaining because I do play Hexref, which have like multiple cost 3, like 12 cost 3 and 2, 12 to 15, so like not fun. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of strong if you start second and then you just want to set up with this Nexus, you bring it to level 2, and then now your opponent either have to spend more cores to summon their higher cost spirits, in which then you can kind of like aggro them back, or you can just if they still wanted to summon their smaller spirits, then they have to pay more. Yeah. But again, still nothing like, even though the effect is very strong, it still cannot beat the fact that it is just the literal avalanche poison.
Yeah, I love these little Easter eggs.
Yeah. That is very nice. Not to mention that the yellow rice stage is just literally the sword priest as well. Yeah. But yeah, if you are more fascinated by other stuff, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, do feel free to always send it to us to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube or on Spotify, just like Yasmin earlier, you can always comment on the episode as well. We'll either reply to you or we'll talk about it briefly in the episode, just like today. So yeah, if it does worth talking a little bit longer, of course, like yeah, we'll make it a little bit longer as well. Why not? Yeah. Of course, like things are getting more interesting. We are finally living. Well, we are in the second half of August now, so soon we'll be seeing more Diva cards. And yeah, at the end of September, we'll see the Diva set in full roll as well. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
Why were you speaking like a robot?
I am a robot. Did you not know the concept of intelligent construct in Zenless Zone Zero? And I can go into another tangent about Zenless Zone Zero now because I just caught up with the latest story. But yeah.
No, please don't spare me.
Yes, I will spare you for today. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next thing. Bye bye. So yeah, do you know about the intelligent construct? Do you want to hear about our Lord and Savior Lady Sunbringer?
No thanks.